In this video, we will talk about arrays. Arrays are used to store multiple values in a single variable instead of declaring separate variables for each value. As we can see here, the first one is an integer array where each element is an integer. And the second one, it is a string array where each element is a string, and the third one, it is a two-dimensional integer array. Each row in an array is represented by an index number which starts from 0. In two-dimensional array, each column is also represented by an index number. Similarly, in multi-dimensional arrays, each dimension is represented by a separate set of index numbers where all index numbers starts from 0. Let's see how we can declare and initialize an array in Java. First we will see one-dimensional array, then we will see two-dimensional array. After that, you will get the idea how we can have multi-dimensional array where number of dimensions are more than 2. There are basically two ways to initialize an array. Let's try to declare and initialize a one-dimensional integer array. So first the data type, that should be int because we are declaring an integer type array, then followed by square brackets, then space, then the array name, I will say A, and here we have two options. Either we can directly give the data of array using array constants or array literals, or we can create an empty array of a fixed size and fill the data later. So let's try to create an array with prefilled data. The data should be integer type. So this is an array constant or array literal. Array literal is a sequence of data separated by commas and enclosed by curly brackets. And in order to create an empty array, we need to use this syntax: new, then the data type, which is in our case is integer, and then the square bracket, and we need to provide the size of this array. So let's take 6. So right now I will keep the first one so that we can have some pre-filled data inside this array. So I will comment this out. Next, we need to access the elements of an array. We can access an element of array using array name, that will be A, and then square brackets, and inside this square bracket we need to provide the index number. So if I want to access the fourth element, then I need to provide the index number 3 because the index number starts from 0. That's why it will be 0, 1, 2, 3. So it will be on the index number 3. We can enclose this by our println function, that is system.out.println and then parenthesis, and this will print the value of the fourth element in this array. So let's execute this command program. As you can see, 4 is the fourth element inside this array. We can also make changes to the elements of an array like this. If I want to change the it will be the fourth element. If I want to change the third element, then and I want to give it 12, I want to change this 3 to 12, and then I will check if the changes are made or not. As we can see, the value was 3 before, but we changed it to 12 and now the value is 12. With this command, the value 12 will be assigned to the third element of this array. Similarly, we can create a string array. So let's make this a string array. The data should be of the string type. It will show an error. It will probably show an error of index out of bound. Let's see. Yes, index 2 out of bounds because there are only 2 elements, and we are trying to access the third element which is not even available. So let's try to access the second element, def. Next is two-dimensional array. Similarly, we can create two-dimensional arrays. We just need to provide another set of square brackets like this, and array literal will be like this. Array literal inside another array literal, or we can create an empty array like this. This will create a 3 by 3 matrix type. And if we want to access an element, then we can, if we want to access this 5, then we know that this 1 and this 1, it will access the 5th because this is placed on index 0 and this is placed on index 1, and inside this index 1 this is placed on again index 1. And if we want to access 6, then we will provide 2 here. If we want to access this 3, then this should be 0 and this should be 2. So let's see. Yes, 3. Similarly, we can create multi-dimensional arrays. We just need to add another set of square brackets and change the code accordingly. So this is all for this video. In the next video, we will see how we can iterate each element of an array. Thank you.